let's try the Lady Gaga Oreos. Like, it's all right. You know, let's make it better. I'm a bit of a Lady Gaga nut, and I got really excited hearing about her new Oreos that came out right around the Super Bowl earlier in February, and I had to pick up as many packs as I reasonably could, and I decided to make a cake because that's what you do. I mean, like, that's what I do for fun. I like making desserts just because it's fun. So yeah, look at these beautiful Oreos. They're kind of ugly, but that's what makes it great. I wish the pink was a little bit more like the foil on the packaging, but oh well. They're fun. It's got like the Chromatica album symbol and just like Lady Gaga motifs, but like, man, this is some Nickelodeon ooze color. Anyway, let's move on to the preparation to make this cake. I just Googled a Oreo cake recipe that had good reviews. So let's start by oiling the pans, Crisco, whatever. I just like using some basic spray. It's easy for me. Go ahead and preheat your oven to about 340, 350. My wet ingredients would be sour cream, whole milk, and softened butter. Make sure it's soft. Go right ahead and put the butter in your mixing bowl and get that stirring first. And because I'm fancy, I decided to get a vanilla bean, which half I'm using in the cake itself. I stirred all the wet ingredients, including some eggs that I forgot to mention, egg whites. So here are the dry ingredients. I've got flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt. Go ahead and sift those all together. It's really best to sift flours and sugars because it does mix better with the rest of the ingredients. I can go right ahead and mix the dry ingredients into the butter mix, and don't forget to periodically scrape the sides of the bowl. Very important, you don't want to miss anything. Once the dry ingredients are well mixed, go ahead and put in the wet ingredients, and again, do not forget to scrape the bowl. You can see here that the texture is not too watery, not too chunky, and now I'm going to prepare for the next step of incorporating the Oreos into the batter itself. I took about 2 rows and chopped them up, not too finely, so there's little bits of chunks here or there, but we're going to wait before we put them into the batter. From here, I put 2 parts of the batter in one bowl and 1 part in the other, and I took Wilton gel food coloring, one in like a rosy pink, another in leaf green, to incorporate and mix to get the crazy Oreo colors. Then afterwards, I incorporated the Oreo bits as needed. Now you can put them in the pans, and I place them in like a triad formation into the oven and set a timer for about 30 minutes. This would also be a good chance to wash all your dishes. Once they're out of the oven, I do let them cool down for a few minutes, and then I remove them from the pans so they don't get stuck in them once they're fully cooled. For the frosting, do not forget your sifter. I have room temperature butter, the other part of the vanilla bean, and powdered sugar. I do highly recommend keeping your bowl as cool as possible and your milk as cold as possible. Chop more Oreos to dress the cake. What I forgot to record was stirring the softened butter, but go ahead and start slowly incorporating the powdered sifted sugar and just keep scraping the sides of that bowl. When you're done mixing the sugar, go ahead and put in that really cold milk and you'll get nice soft peaks. I leveled the bottom and middle layer of the cake and proceeded to color the frosting that beautiful vibrant pink. I can't even remember what tip I used. Use something larger. And I do highly recommend using a cup as like your standee to fill and set down your piping bag. We're just going to speed through the decorating process. So the biggest thing I could recommend is make sure your house is cool as possible. The oven isn't hot. If you're in the kitchen, put on the air conditioning, whatever you need. The thing is, I'm in Florida and I am battling heat 24/7. I do not have an air conditioner that works properly in my home, so I'm not as happy as I'd like with this frosting on the cake. It didn't really stay on very easily just because things kept melting and I was battling time and heat. My thought is I could cover up kind of the ugly spots with the ganache, but once I was happy enough with what I had available, I started putting all the little Oreo crushings around the base of my beautiful cake plate. Speaking of which, so for the ganache, I used heavy cream and white chocolate so I could properly dye it the crazy green color, and I heated it over the stove, at a low heating level, and in between I did try it out with some Oreos, and it doesn't totally completely dry, I noticed. It's a little wet, sticky, and you just gotta be patient and put in the food coloring, and once it got to a good enough melting point, I took a spoon and just kind of put it out somewhere on the cake. And boom, we have a cute little Oreo topper. I like that. Since I was very, 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 very tired after making this cake, I did put it in the fridge overnight to let everything settle, to let the ganache harden up hopefully a little bit. Wow, I really like the appearance of this cake. I think it's super duper duper cute. So let's go ahead and try it. This cake is not for you. So it's been about 24 hours since I baked this cake. I was so dead tired last night. God, come on. Because I've sampled little bits and pieces of it already. It's really good, but I want to get the final masterpiece. No, God, no. The cake itself is not bad, but I feel like it's kind of boring. And, the frosting is really good. I wish I put a little bit more frosting in between the bottom and the middle, because the top and the middle looks like there's a good ratio. You are absolutely perfect right now. I just wish it was more sweet. I don't know. I want some more frosting. It's good thing that recipe made twice the batch. Look at the leftovers I have. I almost have as much freaking leftover frosting as I do cake. Look, they're almost the same size. It doesn't taste nothing like Oreo. It just tastes like vanilla cake.
I am trying the zombie high cake. I mean the Lady Gaga cake.
Oh my God, stop it.
Alright.
If nobody knew, Zombie High is my favorite program.
It's very pink. Enjoy it. That's pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. I like how it has the Oreo taste.
Oh my God, I literally said the opposite of everything you just said.
What do you mean?
Tastes kind of like, alright, vanilla cake. Oh my God, what? We have to share this with people.
What?
Are you gonna eat this whole cake? Are you gonna commit to eating it? Not right now. Thank you so much for watching my monstrous little experiment. I hope you get some good advice on how to make an Oreo cake. Even though it didn't turn out the way I exactly wanted it to, it was still a really awesome cake. We ate most of it, I gave it to some friends, and overall everyone, there's good reception for it. I will link the recipe in the description. I wouldn't recommend totally obeying this recipe, but it was an alright start. And I honestly think because these are actually golden Oreos, I found out after the fact, that might have affected the taste of the cake. Well, I will see you guys in a week or so. Thank you so much.